Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Evergreen Brickworks Gardening with Brother Nature. Today, we're going to talk to you about three sisters. Talked about the three sisters, the corn, beans, and squash. Before that, I'll give you a brief history of who I am. I come from the Ojibwa of Anderdon, so from southwestern Ontario. I'm Ojibwa, Anishinaabe. We are the ones that took in the runaway slaves back in the 1800s. So for my family, we consider ourselves the darker hue of the native nation. So with that, this is where I learned all of my gardening and my farming from, especially learning about the three sisters. So the three sisters, corn, beans, and squash, can also be sunflower beans and squash, can also be sunroot beans and squash, sunroot being sunchoke, or people know it as Jerusalem artichoke. It is not from Jerusalem, and it's not an artichoke. It's part of the sunflower family that came from North America. So when we're planting our three sisters, sister corn goes in first. So you put sister corn in. Sister corn will get let it grow to about 8 to 9 inches. And then what we'll do is we'll plant sister bean around her. Sister corn is a heavy feeder. Heavy feeder meaning that she loves a lot of nitrogen. Sister bean is a nitrogen collector, but she needs a trellis. So far the two work together, companion planting. So sister corn's in there first, my hands of corn, bean goes around her. As sister corn is growing tall, the sister bean's growing. Sister bean needs a trellis to go around, so she'll trellis around sister corn. At the same time, her sister bean's leaves are open, she's collecting a lot of nitrogen, and storing the nitrogen down inside the soil by the roots of sister corn, because sister corn needs a lot of nitrogen to grow. Then, they're together, so now you will have rodents. You'll have rabbits, raccoons coming trying to eat sister bean and sister corn. This is where sister squash comes in. She is the warrior sister. She has great big leaves that cover the ground, keep the ground nice and cool, so there's no weeds. The soil is nice and moist for the sister bean, sister corn to grow. She also has on her stems barbs, little picks, so that when the rabbits or the rodents or the raccoons come in, the bottom of their paws is fleshy. They don't have fur in it. So when they step on it, ow! They hurt themselves and they'll run away. Therefore, they'll save from eating, or won't be eating sister bean, corn, or squash, the three sisters. We do the same thing with our sunflower beans and squash. One thing you need to know about sunflower is that sunflowers actually will clean your soil. So we'll put it down if you think our soil's contaminated with something. So we'll still do sunflower beans and squash. Does the same thing, companion planting. When we're doing Jerusalem artichoke or sunroot, remember that, sunroot, we will put that in the ground when we think or we know that our soil is compacted. One thing about that is that you have to know that when you put sister sunroot in the ground, she will take over that little spot right there. All right? So these are all the things with three sisters gardening. All First Nations companion planting. When you're doing all of that, what it's going to be is that it can be a complete meal. You can use those meals for a thing called succotash, adding certain kind of beans and onions to it. You can add it with potatoes as well. On one of my container beds, what I do is I'll do potatoes in the bottom. See the bed back there? Potatoes in the bottom. That will go in first. Then I'll put the three sisters on top. So that when it all grows together, potatoes plant will die down first. Turns yellow, dies down. That can stay in the soil until I need it. Then once the corn and everything's done, you can make your own little three sisters soup if you want to, or any kind of hearty stew. That's what I'll do here within the gardens at Evergreen Brickworks, especially the children's gardens. It's great to have the children learn about three sisters and how to garden. What we're going to do now is we're going to go inside the greenhouse, check on some of our plants, see what else we can talk about inside there, and answer some of your questions. So here we go. Inside the greenhouse. Camera's up close and personal. All right. Going in. Here we are. Hello, plant babies. Hello, hello, hello. We're checking on a few things here. What we're going to do is I'm going to put you guys down right about here. Awesome. Now I'm back in. So, just check on the corn plants I have growing. Look at the size of these ones right now. This is the sunflower. and the amaranth. Let's take a look at the amaranth seeds. And these small seeds are going to plant like this. Awesome, eh? Same with the sunflowers. Small seeds, these sunflowers should get about, I'm going to say about 6 feet, maybe a bit larger. Corn, red corn seeds, corn. It's going to get about 7 to 8 feet tall. Always, always, always make sure when you're doing your seeds or planting anything, keep sort of a journal so you know exactly how it's growing, if anything's happening with it, how you can take care of it. And it keeps you nice and organized. For years I didn't have a journal and I was trying to keep it all inside my brain, but every once in a while you got to write things down. But I think that's great. Also remember, if you look back here, remember 5 things. 5 things plants need to grow. Air, sun, water, soil, and space. Some people tell me they also need time and patience. Also what I have over here, right plant, right location. What that means is that you are not going to put a full sun plant inside a part sun or part shade, I should say, or full shade. You will kill the plant. Neither should full shade plants go into sunny or part sun. It just doesn't work that way. Okay, let's take a look at some questions. Because I've had questions of people asking me about when they can harden off their beans. Is hardening off even, do you really need to harden off? So let's start with the hardening off. So in the hardening off, if you don't want to do the whole 1 hour a day for a week or a couple of hours a day for a week, you can do a quick and lazy way actually. What you're going to do is to find overcast days, maybe 3 to 4 days of overcast with chance of rain. Then you're going to take your plants on the first day, and what you're going to do is you're going to go out to where you're going to plant them at on the overcast and start planting your plants the first day. Let them sit in the overcast for those few days with the rain, and that should help harden off some of your plants. When it comes to tomato plants and sunflowers and beans, you're going to need to wait until it's warmer weather. Those plants love warmer weather, love warm days, warm nights. They are not really, they don't like the cold. If you put them in the cold, the leaves are going to die, and then you're not going to have your plants anymore. Sunflowers do need a lot of space to grow, but a lot of space up, not so much out, okay? So if you want to put them in a planter, put them in a planter, but give them a nice pot. Just like the corn's going to grow up and have more of a shallow roots. You can always have that growing in pots as well. And have 3 sisters in the pots if you want to. Beans, sunflowers, corn, tomatoes, and squash, like I said, need warm weather. If you're going to transplant those, make sure to warm weather, warm nights. If you're going to see about getting radish plants or radishes or any kind of plants like that, say beets, radishes, carrots, you can't really get it from the plant itself unless you let the plant go to seed. Let it go to seed, let it go to flower, then collect the seeds. All right, my friends, thank you very much for tuning into Evergreen Brickwork Gardening with Brother Nature, and we'll see you next time. Be nature.